Welcome to the Real Journey of the Entrepreneur. The journey of any entrepreneur begins with a decision, then writing down your vision, then the execution of that vision. It is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who understand how powerful your mind is and that you can truly create the life that you deserve. It does require a unique formula that includes belief in yourself, a lot of consistency, connecting with an OG, a lot of tears, missing out on a few events and things, and taking a whole lot of risks that will allow you to see your vision and dream come to pass. This journey of the entrepreneur is from the perspective of a wonderful mother, a business owner, whose goal is to break generational barriers and normalize the process of wealth building and financial wellness through entrepreneurship, all while creating a social and give back along the way. I am sharing this journey with you and invite you to share this process with me. Let's do this together. It's my own, but you have to feel comfortable to own it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I will always support you.
Thank you.
Welcome to our fourth annual Full Circle Business Project.
This room is small enough but big enough that you can connect with someone. And that is the intention of the Full Circle Business Brunch experience. Being in business is not a competition. We all can win at all levels.
We come from a lot of poverty. How do you break out of a scarcity mindset as a small business?
If you keep it positive, positive will always keep you. The idea that I'm always broke, I never have enough money. You can easily say, I don't have enough money yet. And that changes how you then move forward with your next financial decision.
I'm here to help educate you all on things that you may not have known about, because we find that there's a lot of suffering that goes on when people don't know about stuff.
When you're entering into a business relationship, it's still a relationship. So you want to maintain a good rapport with whoever it is that you're transacting with. You're hiring an attorney to not only protect you, but to also be the bad guy in certain situations.
We can help you connect to people who are looking for jobs. We have 200,000 people in our job bank. We're here to help the businesses out there. We're doing really the heavy lifting in our economy.
This is my fourth time attending this event. Each year it gets better and better. And it's really inspiring to see what she's doing for the community and working with the youth.
Why I wanted to start my business is because my mom was working too hard, right? I want to have my own business, my own clothing to wear on the street.
This is an amazing, amazing event with lots of knowledge for business owners, business starters, and just who's thinking about getting in the industry. Hope this continues to be an annual event for those who want to learn more about business and get into the business space.
Thank you for being a part of this transformational experience.
A brighter day tomorrow will bring. Oh.
Well, hello there, phenomenal people. Hello. Hey there. Hope that you are doing wonderful and well. To those who are just paying attention to all that has happened, happiest New Year. I hope that your transition into 2026 has been one that is intentional, one that is for you, and that you are going to crush your dreams in a good way, Welcome to the Real Journey of Entrepreneurship. My name is Anita Pierce, and we are excited to talk with founders who are solving real problems with real systems and real solutions and improving the impact and ensuring that economics can exist, whether you're just getting started, whether you're just figuring out We're here to connect resources with you that will help you to grow and scale your business. I am the host and also the producer, and excited to have you join us today. But guess what? I'm not alone. And joining me today is the founder and CEO of Gogo Grocer. And I had a chance to be introduced by one of my peers from the Goldman Sachs 10KSB. Shout out to cohort 40. And I'm excited because this is a mobile grocery and bringing good, fresh, affordable food directly to residential communities. Makes me want to figure out how to have, groceries delivered to me, because I don't be wanting to do it, friends. So I just want to let you know that this solution is definitely necessary and needed, because I got other things to do with my time than to be in a grocery store. And when you have, some of the services, that you do, select online, sometimes they don't be picking out the good stuff. So that forces me to go in the store at non-traditional times to pick out my own stuff. But there's a solution, friends, and I don't have it. My next guest is the founder, CEO of Gogo Grocer. And instead of relying solely on delivery apps, expensive and very expensive because the cost of food has gone up significantly, we have an engineer, a technologist, a system thinker that is going to bring in all of the resources to help us solve the problem. Because guess who don't have the answer? Me. My next guest, Mr. Camacho. Come through. Here you go. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for the awesome introduction.
No, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm very excited to tell you more about Gogo Grocer.
Okay, so tell our people who you are, what you do, why you got started, your blood type, all the good stuff.
Well, I'll save you the trouble. I don't know my blood type. I should probably figure that out. But yes, my name is Chrystoff Ma'ach Camacho. I am the son of immigrant parents who moved here to America from a small island called Aruba. Some of you may be familiar with that. So this whole journey with Gogo Grocer really started from my initial time when moving here as a kid, where struggles just kind of met the opportunity of problem solving. And that's really where the heart of Gogo Grocer was born. So I remember moving to California about 4 years ago now, and I started my career off in the pharmaceutical industry. Halfway in between my contract with that company, I was unfortunately let go. But it was at that very moment I decided to take public transportation for a change, because I haven't in a long time. And that's when I saw a young mother with 2 kids hauling bags of groceries coming out of the bus. And that just took me back to a nostalgic feeling of watching my own mother doing that quite often, maybe a couple times a week, just getting on the bus, going to the grocery store. And I immediately just thought that there has to be somewhere that's easier, something better than having to rely on public transportation. Or at that time, that was the only option, public transportation. So that's where Gogo Grocer kind of came about. How do we make food access more equitable, easier, and being able to just provide people with healthy options at the same time?
Okay. So you have this vision because you happen to be taking public transportation at the time.
Yes.
But you didn't have to follow through on it. What made you do that?
I'm very much a people person. I've always enjoyed problem solving and how to not only make my life better, but if I can help make other people's lives better, that's always been a passion of mine. And it really just what kind of fueled me from just, hey, this will be a good idea to like, can I make this a reality? So I don't run away from problems. I like tackling it head on and figuring out very innovative ways to problem solve it. Because quite often, the solution to the problem isn't, in my opinion, as hard as it seems sometimes. It could be just as simple as just giving it a little bit more thought and thinking outside of the box.
So let me follow up with, because you did mention what I call a non-sexy term, food deserts or food access.
Yeah.
So when we think of, even myself, in doing my research, I think about immediately food apps and, but when I also think about, because I'm a Brownsville, Brooklyn native, I also remember that food apps still are not accessible to certain communities. So what made you think through and say, I got to do more and coming up with Gogo Grocer?
Yeah, so you're 100% right in saying that food apps, they don't necessarily solve the problem that we're facing when it comes to food inaccessibility. So my solution was, instead of people having to go to the grocery store, why don't we just bring the grocery store directly to them where they live? So the model we like to use is an ice cream truck, but for groceries. So essentially taking that same type of platform and putting tons of nutritionally good and healthy food on the vehicle and going directly to residential communities where we know there are people that would benefit from this service.
So I remember, now you're bringing back good old memories, right? We used to run to we would hear the ice cream truck, we would run to it because we knew that it was hot and we wanted the goods, right? Whether it was good for our tummies or not. I found out later in life it wasn't really good, but that's fine. So in taking what you mentioned, how do you, because I love the idea. And as I mentioned in my opening, there are times when I just do not want to be in the store. Sometimes I may forget stuff and I'm like, oh, well, we just going to improvise because I'm not doing it. Right. So how do you market that to ensure that someone like me, right, would want to utilize the service that you're offering?
Yeah, it's a very great question. So we pretty much position ourselves as a residential amenity, a turnkey solution that any property manager or owner can bring us on board at no cost to them. So think about condos, apartment complexes, apartment buildings, senior housing centers, whatever it may be. We offer ourselves as an add-on amenity. So that allows us to be easily integrated, or I should say, allows us to easily partner with those communities. And then additionally, on the customer end, there is no delivery fee. So you aren't paying for us to show up to your community per se. So that puts us already at a competitive edge toward, when you think of Uber Eats, Instacart, where those high fees, not everyone can afford it. Some people just don't want to pay the additional fees. And the biggest thing is our reliability. So we come to a schedule agreement with these communities where we bring our Gogo Grocer vehicle to the community maybe once a week, twice a week, on a set schedule. So this allows the residents to get used to that schedule and kind of fall into the rhythm of knowing that they can expect us on these dates at these times. And what we're seeing right now is a lot of residents are opting to skip, driving to the grocery store or using third-party delivery apps, and they'll just wait till we show up on that Tuesday between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. and they get all their groceries done. And it definitely is a added value that they do not have to pay that delivery fee. So essentially, we also don't jack the price up on the goods that you'll find on our vehicle. So whatever you pay inside of a normal store for your regular items is what you were expected to pay on our platform as well.
So forgive my poor comedy, right? So if I wanted like oxtails, right? You know, because that's a traditional Caribbean dish.
Yes, it is one of my favorites.
Mine as well. So how is that part of the traditional partnership that we can get or we can order? Like walk us through. I make a phone call and I say I want.
All right, so I'm gonna walk you through quickly how our business model sort of operates. So we are a B2C and a B2B business. So I already explained to you how the B2C segment of it works, where we partner with residential communities and we sell directly to the residents that live in those communities. Now on the B2B end is that we partner with supermarkets, your local supermarkets. It could be your big brand supermarkets, and we use our vehicle as a mobile extension to their flagship store. And we leverage their low turnover inventory, essentially bring those inventory on our vehicles, and we're able to essentially have higher inventory turn rates. So we, as like I mentioned, serve as a mobile extension to their supermarkets. Now, as far as what we carry on our vehicle, we do a very good job by collecting dietary surveys with every community that we partner with. So with this survey, it allows us to get a good understanding of what types of products we should bring to these communities. So in your case, if you just happen to live in a more affluent Caribbean residential community, and that's a hot, product that, oxtail is one of something that everybody wants, then we will work to partner with a supermarket or local retailer that does carry those options, so that we bring exactly what the community wants to buy from us.
So how do you maintain affordability?
Yes, so because we operate as a mobile extension to the primary grocery store, we make revenue by charging a commission based on sales that we generate at each community that we sell at. So that's how we are able to maintain profitability without having to extend a delivery fee to the end customer. Our paying customers are the supermarkets, essentially, and we sell their products through our vehicle on their behalf, helping them to generate additional income while we pretty much just serve as a distribution platform for those products.
I so love this. I'm curious about, so essentially you are solving an important need, right?
Yes.
And it's connected to overall mission and impact. How do you protect what you're doing while still growing? That I'm really curious about that, because there's always, even from my experience, like you want to do the work that you're passionate about and scale. Like, how do you still maintain that without disrupting your mission while growing?
Yeah, so starting a company, there's always some level of vulnerability and exposure. I think it's just the natural part of trying to grow your business. So for us to really maintain our competitive edge is the community itself. When we partner with a community, we really dive deep into that community's lifestyle and schedule to make sure that we align where they want us to be aligned at. So we make sure that we get a good understanding of when most of the residents are home from work, when they have the most downtime, and just making sure that we are listening to the feedback they're giving us as far as, you know, the products they would like us to carry. So for us, we are really trying to be the first in the market, the first movers in the market, because from my understanding, we've done our research, there's not quite anything like this, which is good and bad at the same time, in the sense that, can this be replicated? Yeah, sure, it probably, just like anything can be replicated, but our strongest hold is really how we integrate well in existing communities. So the feedback's been really good. Working with property managers, we've actually have data to suggest that our grocery service as an amenity is helping resident retention, increase resident retention. So people are less likely to want to get up and move because, you know, they're getting all of these great amenities, including ours, as part of the package deal that comes with just living there. Additionally, we do have proprietary technology as well. We have an entire app ecosystem that takes into account logistics, inventory management, customer management, and so on. So that combined with how we partner with communities and strengthening those ties for, you know, further, and leveraging our technology to not only help supermarkets that we partner with grow their revenue, but also increasing resident satisfaction is kind of our, you know, golden ticket per se, that's allowing us to expand quite rapidly here in New Jersey.
What has been the hardest part of Operation on Leadership Challenge thus far, where you are?
It's a good question. I think the toughest part of being a leader in my position would be making sure that you do everything you say. So what I mean by that is that I've made a whole bunch of promises to all of my co-founders and advisors that we're going to hit these certain milestones. And I was able to fulfill those executions. And sometimes being able to hit those milestones, it does require a lot of sacrifice and discipline. So that's really probably the most challenging thing about being a leader, is holding yourself accountable to the things that you say, and also knowing when you should probably, you know, not over-promise certain things. I like to under-promise and over-deliver. So that's kind of been my strategy. So that's been working very well, but that's been probably like one of the hardest challenges, being in a leadership position.
Yeah, that's the secret sauce. You over-deliver, under-promise. That's like the secret sauce. So how has being a founder changed your thinking about leadership and accountability and responsibility? Because you have team members working with you, alongside you, to help you to move this forward. What has changed about how you think, if anything?
Yeah, it's a combination of being rigid and flexible at the same time. You want to kind of maintain some elasticity to you, but also be in, you know, in a set form where you're not constantly pivoting or just all over the place. So for me, what's changed a lot was my ability to play both sides, you know, being able to fail fast, as I like to say. If there's something that's not working, we quickly go back to the drawing board and we try to come up with something better, give that a try. If that doesn't work, we keep repeating that process until we get something that's worked. So that's where the flexibility comes in, not being set on this is what we're going to do and not taking account anyone else's feedback. So I work very closely with my team. I very open ears to them, listening to their feedback. and constantly pivoting if we need to in order for us to get to the milestones that we want to hit. And then the rigid part is making sure that we stay true to our mission. So although the road to success may pivot or change, the end goal should always remain the same. And it's always, how can we make food access more available for people across New Jersey? And hopefully just nationally as well.
Yeah, that was my next question, because I don't live in New Jersey. So what are the plans for expanding? What does success look like for you as the visionary over the next few years? Like, what does that look like? I don't live in New Jersey. So you telling me I gotta stand up and go cross state lines just to get this good stuff?
Well, you won't have to do that for too long. Our goal is to expand nationally. So if you take a look at the data, we have about 45 million people here in the United States that live in these classified food deserts. So that's a lot of people. And then when you take into account the growing uncertainties around SNAP EBT and, cut spending on certain programs, it just further exaggerates, the problem. So it's a real need for us to bring this solution to as many states as possible. So on top of that, the level of convenience, because convenience does sell very well in this country. If we can save people the trip from having to go to the grocery store, then that's also a plus. People already use Uber Eats and Instacart to get a lot of their day-to-day stuff. So with those two angles, our goal is to really expand as wide and far as we can. So we're going to start here in New Jersey. We already have plans of expanding into Pennsylvania, particularly around Philadelphia. One of my co-founders does live in the Bronx, New York. So we also are we're already looking at neighborhoods and communities in New York, and particularly the Bronx, where food deserts are a common issue. I like to call it food swamps in those types of areas, because when you do have access to food, but is it healthy food? And a lot of people still have to take public transportation to get to their nearest supermarket. So it's a need that we see, and a solution that we would like to bring to all 52 states if we can.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, as you heard, my selfish reasons. I'm not like my family, they judge me because I'm old. Like, I'm the early person. I don't like to be, around like crowds when it comes to like food. I like to get in and get out. I don't want the lines. So for someone like me, that would be like a huge bonus. But now I'm curious, because I see that, you have plans to expand in other states. Have you considered focusing in on connecting with farmers and getting food directly from the source?
Yeah, so that's something we are looking into. We would like to expand the merchants and suppliers that we work with, so that we are constantly improving our product offering, and how it can get any more fresher and healthier when it's coming directly from the farmers themselves. So we have been in early discussion with local farmers here in New Jersey about potentially partnering with them so that we can have access to fresh fruits and vegetables here. So that is something that we are very much interested in bringing and doing.
So now, curious and question, right? So now this is me being nosy. As you go throughout your day and you're in your reflective point, what keeps you grounded and motivated? Because I have been an entrepreneur for 10 years, and there are days when, what keeps you motivated?
So what keeps me motivated is just the burning desire to solve a really big problem. That's always been my thing that gets me up in the morning. So my background's engineering, so naturally I'm a problem solver. I just like solving issues. So what makes me get up in the morning, continue to push Gogo Grocer forward, is the need to problem solve and address a real social issue, which is food inaccessibility. And because I was directly impacted by that growing up, it's just something that's been very close to my heart. I watched my parents, being immigrants, struggle to just go from the supermarket and getting us everything we need. So that, coupled with my burning desire to actually fix problems, and I'm talking about problems that affect humans, like people, day-to-day people. It's just something that I want to do.
I'm inspired, right? And if there's anything that we can do over here to help promote, advocate, please give us a holler. But what advice would you give another entrepreneur who is curious about trying to build solutions and solve problems such as what you're doing?
I would just say go for it. Do it. Do it. One of the biggest things in life that most people would regret is not giving something a shot. You know, what do they say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I 100% believe in that. So if you have an idea, especially one that's aiming to solve a really big problem, I think you should full-heartedly go ahead and do it.
And on that note, we're done, right? But not yet, because we're gonna do my famous rapid fire closing questions. I just want to see if you are ready.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
You ready? Ready?
Yes.
Go. Are you a builder or a visionary?
I'm a builder.
Systems or people? Which ones comes first?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Systems or people? Which comes first?
People. You gotta build systems around people. You don't build people around systems.
Are you a early morning riser or you work overnight, 2-3 o'clock in the morning? What's your jam?
Can I pick both? Because I'm kind of like, I'm both. I'm up early and I'm staying up till late. Just the life of an entrepreneur.
Are you reading books or are you doing a podcast?
I'll probably do a podcast. Yeah, I probably should read more, but I'll probably do a podcast.
That's an honest question. May I share your website?
Yeah, go ahead. Totally. I would love for you to share my website.
So why I became so fascinated, one, because fun fact, I'm greedy, family. I love food. So anything connected to food, I love selfishly. But I loved the way the presentation of I'm calling it a van, but what is the proper termination? Is it a van? Is it a mobile? Like, tell me what's the proper terminology.
Yeah, a van, truck, I think is more so a truck. We take ice cream trucks and we convert them into mobile markets. So I would say a truck, yeah.
Friends, look at the brilliance, right? It's not, I mean, come on. But I loved how, you can, you can go outside if you want. It's like a mobile market that you can extremely go to, and it's just right there. You cannot beat this. So I am going to ask, where can we find you, support you? I know that you're on Instagram and you have like the website, but if we wanted to download your services, where could we check you out?
So if you want to support, you can follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram. So that's always a great way to show your support. We also have a mobile application that's you can download on the iOS store. Although our service is limited availability, it depends on where we can provide our service. And right now, we're just limited to northern New Jersey, but you could always download our app, provide your feedback. We're always open to feedbacks. And those are some ways that you can support the company and its mission.
And then we also have the website, which is scrolling for those who will be watching this, which is gogrocergo.com. I have
Correct.
it. And I have to tell you, I love when things make sense, and not that I'm the end all be all, but I love when we have courageous individuals who are really attempting to solve a problem and not just recycle, things in the world. So please stay in touch. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Real Journey of Entrepreneurship. Do you have any final thoughts, words that you would like to offer to the audience?
Yeah, to the audience, if you have a passion or dream about something, I think you should definitely pursue it. Because you might be that solution that the world has been waiting for. And it will be a disservice to everyone if you don't at least give that a chance. So that's my message to the audience, to really just follow your dream.
That was for me. That was for me. Thank you. That was for me.
Oh, yeah, that's also for you. Yeah, go ahead, take it.
That was for me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us realistic solutions. I feel like you are a super disruptor, designing systems that will solve problems and meeting communities where they are. I'm so excited to see where you go. I'm looking forward when you cross state lines, but I may just slip over to New Jersey, which just to test out. But this has been a wonderful conversation. I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and look forward to supporting you as any way that we can. Thank you so much for joining today.
Yeah, you're certainly welcome. And I would love to be back on your show when we are even bigger than we are now. So thank you so much for your time, Anita.
Thank you. So long, friend. So I love when I am full, and I'm full because this is an opportunity for an entrepreneur to share and really solve a problem. Shout out to Akash and his team at Gogo Grocer that they are going to be solving a problem. And also, if you again are looking to gain access, learn about it, even if you're not within the specific area in which this mobile grocer exists, you can still shout them out and share and support and go on LinkedIn, Instagram, check out their website, or just get curious about what it is that they're offering. Because I can tell you, if they were close to me, I definitely would, because as I mentioned, I'm not her. But I want to also share that there were some things that came up in the conversation that I really, really appreciated, just in terms of vision, and also what is my favorite, which is connecting and meeting community where they are. I listened to with intensity the amount of care that you're not going into a community and just trying to take over. You're listening, you're getting data to help to influence where you need to go. And I think that that's a phenomenal best practice, that as business owners, conducting our market research is never optional. So when you have things that you are looking to grow within your business, figure it out, but also do your research, because I think that that's really important. I want to share that we have a couple of upcoming events You know, I always got something for you all. Always something. We have an upcoming event that's coming on Tuesday, January 27th. We're going to be talking about how do you fund your small business with multiple lenders. We don't just need just one. Also, is government contracting right for your business? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But if you can check us out, we're here. You can register for all the complimentary events, they're there. We have another one that's coming up, leveraging AI for marketing and business growth, something that's important. AI isn't going away. And then the other thing deals with workers' compensation. We all need workers, but we also need to know how to remain compliant within the states that we're conducting business. So, you know, check us out, like, share, and follow us at 11375. We're on all of the platforms, all of them, every platform, 11375. And if you're interested in connecting with us and booking on our show, you can do that as well at 11375. So I want to thank you for joining. Stay tuned for more episodes. And please do not forget, support the small businesses. They support and create communities of impact. So long, friends. Welcome to 11375. My name is Anita Pierce, and I am your Chief Experience Officer. At 11375, we offer strategic alignment solutions specific to you and your business goals, and also connecting everything with social impact. So if you are looking for a really amazing organization where we help you to focus your strategy and connecting it with social impact, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are on all the social platforms, and you can contact us at 11375.